kills for Gallerist to kick things off, and with it, plenty of map control.
LG will have to slow things up considerably here. Raf trying to play sneaky for a route, perhaps towards B. Maybe towards A. You got to make a decision, I think, pretty fast here. Focky getting the read, doesn't matter. Raf's going to run gun him, so that's a good start. The problem is, though, you might well have that one kill. The rest of your teammates haven't actually gotten kills anywhere else. Maybe not. Maybe Raf is just good enough to pick up all these gunfights, create some space for the rest of LG, because nobody is now contesting him in the middle of the map.
And they had to rotate around for the pressure that was coming in. There is actually a spawn kill potentially on the go as well here. Raf doing actually crazy things here with the KRM. And he is really one of the big reasons this is why they've actually managed to find themselves this far up the map. 29 seconds on the clock, that has now been stopped with the pressure that they've been able to go on over towards A. Keep an eye on PabZera, he might be the one to make the move here. If the rest of the team can get something going through the double doors, Cartels will find one onto him though, and shut that down, so that should be a gun. You're locked in by Luminosity. So now B, they have a whole minute and a half to try and get things going, but Gallerist have been setting up here for some time, but they've been dealt with. Jez finds not 1, 2, but 3, and that opens the door well and truly wide open for the side of LG.
He is gone. LG now on the way. Nobody from Gallerist to deal with here, but those ones coming off the spawn. Henricat trying to be on the point though. Raf now looking to be a nuisance with the KRM. Going to immediately bring out this Predator missile to deal with that pesky player that is on the point. Luminosity, first tick about to potentially be through here. Gallerist got to find your way through.
Yeah, Gallerist has just been really broken open by the side of Raf. The shotgun come out and all of a sudden they came to play. Henricat can find push back here. What a huge name from Cartel straight off the spawn. Will give Luminosity the initiation here if they can try and find a way through.
Yeah, we've been taken here by Raf though. Again, he's trying to do the exact same thing, create some space for the rest of his team while the rest of Luminosity make their way to the front of the point. Cartel also invest in the war machine. He's found one, but you don't quite account for Meekorp with 3. Cartel's still alive though.
Cartel's trying to get something going here. Gallerist only have 4 lives remaining, but they just need to hold on tight. One player on the flank is going to not be dealt with. That's going to be Raf to find hand. 3 versus 5. Foky now going to be taken down as well. Lukaszyn can find one, but PabZera has also brought out the war machine. He needs to find some value with it. Luminosity backing up because they have the time to. PabZera can find another. Surely doesn't find that gunfight. He does not. 1 versus 3 for Lukaszyn is what is needed, but just so difficult for him to do in this position with the sniper. That should be the round to LG and is. Through thick or thin, they get the job done. That was a scary one for a second, but they get the job well and truly done. Very well put.
Yeah, and it's the exact same strategy twice there for Luminosity consecutively, right? They get Raf through the middle of the map, they get in a position where he is cutting off LG, forcing them to all go up the steps. They can't get through Raf, not when he's got the KRM at that short range. Not even Focky can beat him in those gunfights. So, for Gallerist, just getting outplayed by that. LG with the strats, win them that round number 1. Now they can they follow it up with a solid defense in round number 2. The one operator that they've got ready to go here, S-Thug, going to bring it out to play. Not finding any value just yet because Gallerist has made their way towards B.
Gallerist have freely walked down the B street. S-Thug well placed to PabZera, and now all of a sudden LG can start to think about trying to get a little bit more control over towards this side because Gallerist just walked straight up. They will find those kills, they will push out those lanes. Keep an eye on Mihawk. They know where he is though. He's taking some damage, so they've got a decent idea, but he's got a claw in his hands. Now he's on the spawn spree. Yeah, this is going to be dangerous, but they deal with him almost immediately. No players really spawning in for him to deal with. Everybody from Gallerist wasn't really finding the kills that he needed them to find.
And I think more to the point here, Gallerist haven't actually done anything off the back of that, right? A was totally clear. Now they're preoccupied with the Luminosity players that are trying to retake the point. No progress made whatsoever. Now Raf coming in from behind, having the help of Kings with him. Also Jez on the other side. Jez at the very least will be dealt with, but now the spawn trap coming through from LG. Gallerist, I think at this point, the 4 players that are alive, you've just got to kind of stick to this point.
Oh, they've lost a couple of kills as well, and that's going to create a little bit of chaos. Are they going to have enough help to actually get out of this spawn trap? No, they are not. S-Thug finds 2. He's going to be left on his own to try and keep things going. Lives-wise, we are leaning towards Luminosity ever so slightly. They'll deal with the players who were there on that spawn trap, who are now starting to fight around again. A has been captured, though, and Gallerist are working on plenty here over towards the B side, whereas Luminosity really focused on the spawn trap. It hasn't necessarily worked here, Brody.
Yeah, I think they committed just a little too much resources to that spawn trap. I think they had 2 or 3 players in behind enemy lines while nobody was keeping an eye on the middle of the map. Fortunately enough, Raf is there though. S-Thug, I think, forced to invest the Predator missile here to clear things up a little bit against Gallerist. And Gallerist will be sent back to square 1. But they have a lot of time here. They've already got 1 tick down on B. And Luminosity, their entire backline is reliant on S-Thug getting these kills, and I think that's the route that Gallerus are taking here. Will it work? I think Raf with the jump up might have just made the call to the teammates. That's what's happening.
If Raf can find something else here, that would be huge for him and his team. He knows this player's there. He does actually manage to find Mihawk before going down to Lucas Jin. You can see already Gallerus are starting to work on some sort of flank if they can. Mihawk and Code trying to get something done. S-Thug is the one watching it though. He can find one before he gets taken down by Foki, but here come the rest of the team. But now they're going to be distracted by the fact that Foki is here. He's pulled out the equalizer, but he's going to have so many players in and around him. But is that going to open up the door for the rest of Gallerus? Or can Foki just deal with them? He can only find one. But is that going to give them the room on the other side of the map?
But it's the exact same thing that we saw earlier on, where Gallerus, you're getting a player in that position, but you're not doing anything with it. You can't just follow that up with another flank. And that's the attempt here. Cartel's in behind, able to get the team shots. There's the finisher. Pabzera down for the count. That's a bad decision from Gallerus. If you're going to get a player with a claw into the spawn trap, you need to have players ready to capitalize.
What's been working out for Gallerus though in the Search and Destroy with these 5v5 fights, and that's what they're going to have to force here to try and find themselves around. They're down 4, now 5 lives in total. Can they manage to find a way through? Lucas Jin will find one, 5-0 will find another. They've got to try and be flawless. They cannot. Cartels find something, and it should be the round for Luminosity unless 2 players from Gallerus can do the impossible. Not going to happen. Luminosity giving some life here in this series. 2 to the good now. But Gallerus, it feels like maybe we're overconfident in some of their play, especially in round number 1. But round number 2 was a little bit of a fumble.
It's just uncharacteristically individual, is what I describe it as right now. Gallerus, I think, you know, that they try it twice in the same round. A spawn trap where they don't have anybody on the follow-up. I mean, even if you're successful, it's not going to work. Regardless, Luminosity have everything going for them now, and this round, the amount of utility on side is insatiable. Predator missile down to keep Gallerus inside while the path is opened up over towards B. I mean, they've got so many options to start this round out, and Pabzera, I mean, no choice but kind of blindly fire these War Machine pellets down range. He will find one, but LG, I mean, is still in the conversation for a B cap.
Going to try and get a little bit of control. Kings does but the shots are fantastic with the Odin. Posted up with that. It's a dangerous prospect for the side of Gallerus. We'll find something over towards Lab, so Mihawk could potentially cause some issue, but Luminosity, as soon as they got a hold of B, they haven't let it go, and Raf now just trying to press the issue if he can as well. They want to secure B, they want to secure this map. It's looking more and more likely as time is going on. B is lost, you got A locked down here with Raf as well. This game may well be done before it's even started.
Yeah, it feels like it, doesn't it? LG are investing everything to get this one done and dusted. A in control for them. Cartels now looking to keep these guys away. I don't even know if Gallerus can touch this point in time. Henry Cat really does feel like the only cope in behind enemy lines. He's going to get cut down. Gallerus no choice but to go through the smallest of choke points to keep this game alive. Facing down the Annihilator from Kings and all the bullets and weapons of LG. Kings with a double, that should surely be it, and it will. LG keeping this series alive. Arsenal control is theirs.
After looking flawless in their regular season, they bring it to the world stage as well. Arsenal control gets them a lifeline in this series. That's something to talk about for the Gallerus coaching team and players. All right, we thought we had this one done and dusted, and that's what it felt like in round number 1. But they came out the gate, they found 5 or 6 kills straight from that. But that was the only note, really, from Gallerus throughout the entirety of the map. Other than that, it was all LG. It just got down to business, got the job done. And a series is something we now have on our hands, Brody, because it wasn't feeling like that after the first few maps.
Yeah.